Sometimes the truth don't slap you, right? It hugs you at first, then it slaps you. On today's episode of the Zenocast, which is episode 14, by the way, I'm going to be talking about Barack Obama's wild ass comments he made recently on his wife's podcast. I'm going to be talking about this unfortunate scam situation that's pretty sad, right? And last but not least, I am also going to be talking about why do we glorify the struggle, right? So first, let me go pull up this video. Give me 1 second, cause I don't know what happened to Obama, man. I don't know. And oh, yeah, man. So I'm going to let him talk about his talk first, because maybe I didn't hear it all. Maybe I missed something. So let's go ahead and watch this craziness. That's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So. Oh, shout out to the guy here. I will be linking his video down in the description. That shit is confusing as hell, bro. Because on one hand, I get what he's saying, right? You should have a mixed set of people around you, essentially. You shouldn't necessarily be, I guess, surrounded by straight people. I guess completely straight people. Everybody can't be straight. I don't agree with that shit at all. I'm sorry, stuff. I don't agree with this stuff. That take of his at all. I believe boys should have their father in their life for one. Like, it's crazy that he's going from, oh yeah, boys need to not only, yeah, they need to have their father, but they need to have like another dad. Like, yeah, different males in your life could give you different perspectives, but I'm not with that, bro. I don't agree. You boys don't need a gay male figure. I don't know where this shit came from, honestly. I don't know what. I guess because of his experience, his gay professor kind of just told him, "Oh, stop being a hyper masculine male." I I don't like when other men try to kind of. It's one thing if you teaching them, hey, like, yo, chill out, cause you don't you want to be chill. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the dude always saying crazy shit. You want to be chill. But I don't know, the way he was kind of saying it as if like that was a mentor of his, maybe. I don't know, but based on what he was saying, man, from this clip, and that also makes me feel like, damn, now I kind of got to take back what I said about him. a couple weeks ago. Well, it was about a month and a half ago when I did the report. I believe it was uh, shoot, probably episode 7, where I did the report on his daughter changing her last name, for her career or whatever. I was adamant, like saying, she's wrong. She need to respect her dad and all that. I was, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. In they little family and how they want to roll and run things, that's them. In fact, him being more of a masculine male seems to be something of a detriment to him or to his family. Which, hey dog, you let these people get in your ear, man, and yeah, they didn't snip your balls, bro. That's what it seems like, man. I thought you was one of these player ass dudes, but you coming off as real simpish right now, big dog. I don't like it for you. It's not a good look. Not a good look at all, man. So, my next story here. Oh, let me move that. Cause you, Barry, are an embarrassment. Let me take you off the screen, sir. You an embarrassment, bro. Thought you was cool, man. All right. So we have this pretty sad story here. Second. There we go. So it's this pretty sad story of this Wells Fargo scam gone wrong. So let me go ahead and read this. Oh, damn, it's still not. Okay, there we go. All right, let me just make that big. Okay, so Paul Schneidel or Schneidel, a 52-year-old father of three from Houston, died of a heart attack just one day after Wells Fargo told him he likely wouldn't get back the $6,800 he lost in a scam. According to his sister, Karen Schneidel, kind of name is that, Paul was disabled from a back injury and had long struggled with serious health issues, including complications from diabetes. Wow, diabetes. But Karen believes the sudden loss of his life savings and the hopelessness that followed pushed him over the edge. Yeah, man, that's some shit, dog. I have no doubt it contributed. She told Fox 26 Houston Paul was one of several recent victims of an increasingly sophisticated bank impersonation scam. It's not that good. I'll tell you that. His family now hopes others will recognize the warning signs. Let me see, how did this shit play out? Oh, it's more. It's a lot. The scam started when Paul received a phone call from someone claiming to be with Wells Fargo, of course. The caller already knew information about his account and warned of fraudulent activity. Shit, how the fuck they get your information, bro? That's interesting. That's interesting. Later, a woman showed up at his front door. Paul handed over his card, watched her cut it up and take the pieces with her. Okay, all right. So I don't even know if I need to read him much more of this, man. Let me just skip through this. When Paul went to a Wells Fargo bank the next day to request a car, he learned it had all been a scam. The bank told him they don't call customers, and he was unlikely to be reimbursed. His life savings were gone. He suffered a heart attack and died the following day. God damn. Oh boy, that's See, Paul case is one of at least three other similar scams recently reported on by Fox 26 and myself, involving fraudsters, scam artists, the scamsters, if you will, impersonating Wells Fargo employees and visiting victims at their homes. When the fuck? I, Now, maybe that's just some how to cope after losing money to a scam. Dog, these people can't cope, man. These people cannot cope. Like, that's, nah, hell no. Don't, man, y'all fraudulent as hell for putting this shit up. Telling me somehow how should they cope after a scam. Dog, that, tell you something right now. Ain't no coping after one of these scams. Ain't no coping. There is no coping at all. Ain't no coping. Dog, you might as well just chalk it up to the game. To anyone out there that may watch this, uh, yeah. So anyone out there that may watch this, right? First thing, you guys have to start understanding these people want everything from you. They want your money. They want your life. They want it. They damn near want your soul, right? Have to understand. As far as I know, don't no banks make no damn home trip. Don't know. I've never heard of that. Again, maybe that's a higher level of money that I just haven't got to yet. But as far as I know, I ain't never heard of no shit like that. I know certain people when you got money, you can kind of skip the line in a sense. When going to a bank to make a deposit or withdraw some money or whatever you got to do. But he ain't in that realm, right? He only had right under $7,000 in the bank. That's not a lot of money. Like that's really not a lot of money. So I don't know. I don't know what he was in his mind. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. Like it was just everything. Like bro, if $7,000 is your whole life in this day and age, I think we need to ask some more questions, bro. I think we need to ask some more questions. Um, but yes, to any older people or anybody my age, shoot, if you know any older people, aunts, uncles, grandparents, or even parents, right? Make them understand that hey, if y'all have my information, y'all gonna have to verify some more shit, right? Before I do anything with y'all, I'm gonna have to call the branch as well to verify. Or I'm gonna have to come up to the branch right now and verify before I move any money, before I do anything, before I deposit. I mean, not deposit, but take out, withdraw anything. I need to verify and make sure this shit is legitimate because that's what a lot of older people don't do. These people call them with this urgency of, oh, you got to move it right now, right now, right now. People taking your money, people doing this, that, and the third. Dog, you got to relax, chill out, one step at a time. Because when you overreact, you make a mistake. When you start tripping, when you start panicking, you're gonna pretty much put yourself in a deeper hole. You know what I'm saying? So don't nobody want to do that, obviously. So, um, in conclusion with this particular story, make sure you guys go through the proper protocols and actually make the people verify. Yeah, they might know your name. Yeah, they might know your account number. But I need to actually go up to the bank and the branch and actually go inside to actually see what's going on. You should not conduct any business, any transactions over the phone. Especially if it's something like that, you don't need to do it. And if you do, I guarantee you, just go ahead, put your money in another account that you have. It don't have. You can have a fucking Chime, uh, a SoFi account. You can have a freaking hell, even the Cash App. All those little cards and stuff. You can always move your money over there. You know what I'm saying? But make sure, if anything, make sure they ask verified, because this they only gonna get worse. They only gonna continuously try to get more and more people, especially the older people, right? They know a lot of them got couple thousand sit there. If they scared that, oh my God, it's all gone. What I'm gonna do? And I feel bad for the dude, but at the same time, like, fam, $7,000 that made you like knock out. Now, granted, he did have other health problems, but whew, mm-mm. It wasn't enough. It was not enough money. All right, so let me pull up my last part here. Beautiful Friday. They said it was supposed to be a freaking tropical storm, but you know how that shit goes, right? Okay, 1 second. There we are. Okay, so last subject for the episode. I'm going to briefly talk about this for a few minutes here. It is, why do we glorify the struggle but not prosperity? Let me repeat. Why do we, as black people, glorify the struggle but not prosperity, right? The struggle gets romanticized in the black community. The whole started from the bottom energy, right? Whole I gotta get it out the mud energy, right? Get rid of that. But what happens when that becomes the identity of the community? Do we sabotage success to stay relatable? I can honestly say I don't ever remember me sabotaging success to stay relatable, or I've always stuck out like a sore thumb. I've always have. I've always been the one that's been different, bro. Uh, People, of course, they don't understand it when you grow up. But as you get older, as you kind of start seeing other people that's kind of like aligned with you, but they didn't necessarily grow up where you grow up, it makes you feel like, okay, kind of like, all right, I understand it now. I get it. And then also going through life, making it through a lot of things, it makes you, at least with me, I didn't have this, but sometimes when you succeed and go through life, and you've always felt like you was a little different than everybody around you, but you was always cool. And then as you go through life, you start experiencing success, right? Start experiencing success, and then you have this somewhat survivor's remorse, survivor's guilt, right? Mike Epps, funny ass comedian, said it the best, right? He said when he was, doing his next Friday movies, all about the Benjamins and stuff, and he was experiencing success, making money. He was feeling good, emotionally, physically. He was healthy, and he goes back home to his friends where he grew up at, and everybody's looking at him sideways. Everybody's looking at him like, "What, you think you better than us now?" Type of energy. And he literally said like he fell in a depression because of that. And he started, unfortunately, sabotaging himself. Started getting strung out on drugs. Started doing X, Y, and Z. Then once he started going back around them and he was, all effed up and he wasn't at his best. Then everybody wanted to be around him. Then everybody wanted to be cool with him again. Then everybody said, "Oh man, bro, I knew you was just like us. I knew you ain't gonna never leave us, bro." That's some of the scariest shit, bro. Cause nobody understands that. Like, not I ain't gonna say nobody. That's a lie. A lot of people understand it, but very few people really get the whole concept of, yo, you gonna have to say fuck where you came from. You're gonna have to say fuck these people that want you to be down, that glorify that struggle life, that glorify, oh, you gonna be good on the come up. What if I'm already good? Why y'all can't love me when I'm at my best? You know, y'all love me when I'm at my worst, but hate me at my best. Why? Why is that? Why is that? Is it because I hold up, I don't know, some sort of mirror in which I show the reflection back to you of what you could have been? Because a lot of us came from the same place, went to the same schools, but a lot of us chose different things. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. I don't understand it, right? We've got this pain personality trait. It's like you get a stripe for going through some shit. It's like if you didn't really go through a struggle, people don't really respect you. People don't really like you. You know what I'm saying? If you got money and peace, they'll say you sold out, but never ask what you bought into, or essentially what did you do to get to that level or get to that point where you got money and peace, right? Hell, even peace in general. People, I know for a fact they looked at me weird as hell because would have never been okay with being one of these people that keep the door open all day, that people run in and out. I ain't doing that shit. Fuck no. Close that motherfucking door now, bro. Ain't nobody gonna be running in and out like this a fucking. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. My grandmother did it, and when we was growing up, we ain't do it at home. And my mama house where I grew up, we did not keep that damn door open like that, right? Um, some of us are addicted to the grind, right? Because we're scared of what it means to finally rest. Some of us are addicted to this whole lifestyle of I gotta get it out the mud. I just gotta go. I gotta wake up. I gotta go hard every day, and that's not bad, but it's no game plan with it. You know, like I said before, like you can go 110 miles per hour, but at some point you got to slow down, or at least think, damn, it's a turn coming up. Let me slow down a little bit and prepare for this turn. Some people don't know how to slow down. You know what I'm saying? So they typically tend to run themselves into the ground because they haven't, I don't want to say been taught, but they haven't educated themselves on how to slow down, how to possibly deviate and make another decision in which, hey, I can get the same result and not have to go so hard. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could start actually branching out and thinking about other things that I want to do outside of just focusing on this one particular lane. You know? Um, and last thing on this whole why we glorify the culture, right? Women. Women in our communities, black women, beautiful ass women, fine as shit. I'm talking good. Anyway, black women, y'all gotta stop glorifying the culture. I mean, glorifying this struggle culture, right? Because if y'all don't pick the idiots, if y'all don't give the idiots y'all time, if y'all don't give the pieces of shit, I ain't gonna lie, y'all womb, then maybe, just maybe, we might be able to make a little bit of leeway in this whole getting the black culture, black community back to where it's supposed to be. More so, let's bring it back to a position or a level that we haven't experienced before. You know, you guys hold the key, but if you fumble the key, then how are we going to get into the mansion? If you lose the key, we can't get into the kingdom of what chocolate and honey. We can't get in there. You know what I'm saying? So, in conclusion, if you guys out there believe that Barack Obama was wild, you know what I'm saying? Comment down below. If you guys believe that that scam that led to the unfortunate death um, was effed up, and also what ideas could you possibly, offer to help older people not get caught up in these scams, right? And then finally, how do you guys feel about, how how the culture glorifies struggle? You know, we don't care about prosperity. We don't care about doing better. We don't care about ownership and growth. A lot of times we care about who got the best shoes? You know, how many girls can I get? Can I get your chick? You know, or can I take your man? You know, on the women's side. Comment down in the comment section if you guys believe that black women should make better decisions, should not go for the Pookies and Ray Rays, right? Should go for the lame ducks, you know, if we want to get back on this track of having a real, actual, sustainable, growing community. Now, if we want to just do the shit that we've been doing for the past 40 years, then, like, by all means, go ahead. Just, you know, pop your pussies in there. But, yeah, you know, this has been episode 14 of the Zenocast. And thank you guys for watching. Until next time, y'all. I gotta go get me some bread.